Hello everybody, welcome back to Dominions 5. We are playing as MA Man, and this may be the first Let's Play series I've recorded where I appear to have kept track of the turn numbers correctly, and so this, I'm almost certain, is in fact turn 5. This was our blind battle into Heavy Cav, which normally you should never do. However, I've got a million mercs who are going to do all the dying for me. And they do, in fact, rout. But they do their job. And so, yeah, we get a rout. Perfect. We lost a few of the archers, but also not my archers, so I don't care. We lost all of the militia. No problem. And we killed all the heavy cav. By the way, if you're playing against the AI and you can't buy mercs, or whatever, for whatever reason you can't buy mercs, MA Man, if you're doing this strategy involving cavalry to expand, you can actually take on heavy cavalry with your own heavy cav or your Knights of Avalon. You just need, like, if you have 8, you could take this on without taking a casualty. If I remember. It's been a while now, but if I remember from my testing, 8 unicorn cavalry will take on this without a problem. Maybe even 7. Okay, so here is the province that we had been lusting over. It is in fact pretty sweet, 105 income. It's not like one of those super, super high income provinces, but still, that's very nice. So I will take it. And then we are, so we're not renewing, oh, by the way, we did not get the Black Fists, unfortunately, but that's okay. We are not renewing the City Guard because they're all dead, but we did get our archers back, and so we're going to continue and clear and take this province because it also has high income. There must be a mine or something in here. Plus, we want to be sure we have like as much land around this because we're going to fort this, obviously. So we want to make sure we have as much land around here as possible. Speaking of which, we snuck in a monk last turn, and so we're already building the palisades. So MA Man, we got lucky on these 2 provinces next to our cap, which have very high income. But you are going to have enough gold, so you can get your infrastructure up pretty early. So that you should be sure to take advantage of that. Yeah. So nothing too special here. We are fighting mostly heavy infantry. Heavy infantry are hard to take out with longbows, but we have heavy cav, so we're fine. These guys are at the bottom. They're like so. The heavy cav is probably going to run. Their heavy infantry is probably going to run into the heavy cav, get pinned down, and then shot by the archers. If they, but if they kind of half of them go south and half of them go here and kill a bunch of these archers, also no problem, right? Because these are just the mercs. So that's that script. Meanwhile, so here I've been making monks every turn, right? This monk, I think, is going here because he's probably going to build a temple. Meanwhile, the extra monks, when I don't need them, they go back here. And then they get ready to pick up cavalry, which I have here. So now I have my first 5 unicav. And 5 is important because that way they're much less likely to rout because they don't do automatic morale check every combat round. So 1 monk, 5 heavy cav. Go attack. This is just militia, so this is very easy to beat. They're way out in front, and they're just attack and just go kill them. And this guy's way at the back, trying to stay away from arrows and whatever. We have... I've been recruiting only the cheap mages because I'm saving gold, partly because these guys are not super cheap, and I'm getting up my fort and stuff pretty early, so that is the plan. Yeah, I think next turn navigation's done, and then we're on to construction. Let's load up turn number 6. All right, battle in Strongdale. This was the original expansion army with the mercs. So yeah, heavy infantry is the only thing you have to worry about here. Militia is... That doesn't really do much. In fact, I think we get lucky. Oh, no, this is a different fight, maybe. Oh, so actually, their militia ends up going first, and we destroy all their militia with the opening charge from our cavalry. And as I suspected might happen, the cavalry sort of misses and only takes half of their guys. The other half of the guys end up fighting the archers. But we knew they were going to rout eventually, and we don't really care that we're losing so many guys. Now, unfortunately, our archers rout, and also, unfortunately, if you've noticed, we actually lost 2 of our cavalry. Oh, no, just 1. The other guy was all the way up front. So we caused them to rout. Our archers have now left us, but that's okay. Somehow the report says we did not lose that knight, so I don't know what happened there. It looked like we lost 1. Anyways, and now you get to see the beauty of Unicav. These guys are very fast. Yeah. Splat. They just rout. They don't even stay. 3 attacks per turn. These guys just murder indies. Yeah. They're just like, nothing hits them. Okay, unexpected event. Dominion -2, luck +1. And yeah, and Burlick City Guard will now will now retire from the mercenary business. Yeah, because there's no city guard left. It's only Burelk. There's nobody else left. They all died. Okay, so interestingly, we finally meet our first neighbor, Agartha. So it was highly likely that Agartha was hiding in these mountains. He might also start here, I think, but I think almost always Agartha is going to start in this area somewhere. So Agartha has expanded here. Now, he is expanding with shard guards. These are the sacreds, the Agarthan sacreds. So he probably has some kind of bliss. Otherwise, he wouldn't be expanding with them. And so we continue expanding. We take our 5 guys to take on these. So I realize that I might bump him here, right? This is a smallish army, so I'm going to try. This is like a less valuable territory, so I don't think he's going here. So I'm going to go and take it. It's just Wolf Tribe archers, so we're just going to take it. And then here, like I said earlier, we were building a temple, and I take the remaining archers and the rest of this force, as well as, I guess I'll just show it here, as well as an extra 2 Unicav that just got recruited from here, and we are attacking this province, and we can do that because of the roads. Allows us to go all the way through, and we are recruiting more troops now. At this point, I've gotten 3 out of the 5 provinces in my cap circle, and what's really killing me now is I really wish I could take these guys on. And actually, the truth is at this point, like, these are valuable provinces, so it's not a bad thing that I'm taking them. But my plan really is, as soon as I can, I'm gonna turn this ship around. Like, for example, these guys. If I hadn't met Agartha right now and didn't have pressure to take these provinces, I might have tried to. Oh no, this turn would have been too early, right? These 2 plus these 5, 7 is not going to be enough to take on the Amazons. So 1 more turn after. So for example, assuming I take this without incident, then on the road, I can probably take the cavalry back and strike here. Plus, let's say another 5 plus another 5, that will be enough to take on one of these provinces. It's very important that I clear these soon because I need the resources to be able to recruit even more of these knights. I'm really limited by the resources right now. Anyways, so that is the turn. Mercs, nothing special happening. By the way, it is Agartha who's winning a lot of these mercs. So he's gotten the Black Fists and now some archers. So that's it for this turn. Let's load up the next turn. I think the next one is 7. Yes, this is it. So we bump here. So first, messenger from Agartha. Hey there, man. What's up, man? I'm happy to have peace as long as you let me keep 120 and such is close to my cap. We could also share info and perhaps cooperate if it comes to early war. Okay, always glad to hear that. But so he wants 120. So let's take a look. Well, first of all, let's look at this battle. So this is us, I think. So we get there first. We kill the Indies, obviously. Yeah, somehow these guys just kind of went off on a diagonal, but that's okay. I don't even think we take any losses, right? Yeah, we lose one longbowman somehow. Maybe he lost to an arrow. And then let's actually look at this battle quickly. This is us just killing the wolf tribe. So, yep. We just kill them. They actually have. Do they get one of my guys? Because they managed to vine shield. Oh well, he gets an affliction, but it's just weakened, so that's okay. So we kill him too, and now we bump. So he attacked into the same province, and so let's look at them without a bless. So these are the Agarthan Sacreds, the Shard Guards. They are interesting. So size 3 with a decent amount of hit points. That's the first thing. They also have decent protection, but sort of they're slow, very slow combat speed, and have not great defense and not super low encumbrance. So they're kind of slow. They can fatigue. They have cold and poison resistance, and they have this. A lot of Agarthan troops have this siege bonus, and they're amphibian. So interestingly, Agartha is one of the only nations that can really fight. In this game, we have Agartha and we have Scaleria, who's undead, so he can go underwater. But the other nations are like fire nations and man, like we have Abyssia and Marignan and us, so we can't do much to go underwater. I guess there's Cetis. They're also kind of lizards. Anyways, now let's look at his bless. So his bless is a rainbow bless. So he has attack skill +1. I mean, attack skill +2. I think fire resistance is better. Especially in this game, he's playing against... He knows Abyssia's in the game and Marignan. Like, why wouldn't you take fire? Attack skill is good if you're going to combine it with an attack that's worth having, right? So, actually, this weapon is... Well... Okay, to be fair, this isn't terrible, right? So he's got a curse, but... So I guess he wants this to hit more often, but I'm not buying it. I think fire resist is stronger, especially given the nations that we have. Anyways, so he's got attack skill. Precision is weird, but he has... so his mages are... A lot of the oracles are these big sort of... He's got these big, powerful mages, so giving them precision could work. And also, I believe MA Agartha has... One of the Agarthas has sacred dudes that throw rocks, but maybe it's not MA. I forget. I don't play Agartha that much. And then he's got minor shock resistance, which is good. Minor poison, which is good. Defense is good in general, but these guys have pretty shitty defense, so giving them an extra 2 defense isn't, like, fantastic. I almost feel like getting cold resistance or like winter movement or something like that might be better here. Reinvig in Earth is always fantastic. Then he's got a bit of magic resistance from Astral. He's got Undying from Death. He's got HP +2 from Nature. He's got Blood Surge and Blood and Reconstruction. So the rest of these are great rainbow choices. Reconstruction is pretty unique to Agartha because he has sort of these sacred statues, and so he wants them to be able to regain their hit points. So that makes total sense. So this is just a classic rainbow buff. I don't think this is the best unit to go to do a rainbow buff with, but anyways. So he's got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He's got 13 sacred. So this is like a huge expansion army for him. This is like everything he's recruited since the beginning of the game. We've got a bunch of archers and some cavalry and some longbows, right? Yeah, but it turns out heavy cav is pretty good, right? Haha. Let's watch that again. And so what actually happens is, let's look at this guy. And finally we get him. So actually what happens here is, oh wait, was it the longbows? Sorry, let's watch this one more time. Was it the archers or the longbows that were fighting, that were firing in the back row? I think it's... Yeah, it's the archers in front here. So we got lucky in a little bit in the sense that these archers decided to target the rear, this squad, instead of these squads. But also this was because I started them close enough in front. So that's an important lesson. So often people put all their archers really far behind, and then they put things in front on like hold and attack hold and attack, and then the archers behind. That's good. But if your archers have enough range that you can put them in front and still have room to put your troops in front of them, that's even better, because if you get lucky, they will actually target like a squad in the back, and that squad might have commanders, and then you might kill the commanders. And so what happens here is my knights hang on for long enough for the archers to finally kill their leader, and then they rout because they don't have a leader anymore. And by the way, my knights like actually killed a couple of their guys. So like we legit killed 6 of their sacreds with, you know, 6 of our non-sacreds. By the way, these guys they're like a cheaper knight, right? These cost about the same. So they're 45 gold. My guys are 40 gold. My guys are 51 resources. His are only 31. So these are kind of like cheap knights. Yeah, I think such is kind of very encouraging. Now, I actually didn't see, like, how do we lose all this stuff? I think, do we route, or is that just like, did the replay lie to us? Yes, this replay completely lied to us. Wow, so I spent all this time analyzing that fight, but actually it just says, like, apparently they won the fight somehow? Yeah, that is... I remember this now. This was weird. So who knows what actually happened? Somehow we lost this fight, so says the game. And we lost all these troops, but we just saw the battle and that didn't happen. Anyways, apparently we killed some of their guys, but they win the province. So, yeah, that's awkward, right? And then unexpected event. Oh, we get random defense and we get death gems, because sure, why not? So I do a bit of talking to with Agartha. Now, I forget if we do this... Actually, some of this we do out of game, but some of this we do in game. So I think I send him a message. No, not retract. I want to read it. I say, hello, Agartha. Sorry about the deadly bump. I'm sure we can have peace. So I am offering, you know what? Because he says he wants 120. So he sent this message to me before I took it. But he says he wants this. But he just won the bump here. And so I said, well, look, give me this province and I'll let you take this one. And he says this is close to his cap. His cap is probably here. Oh, it is here. We know. So it's 2 from his cap. It's also 2 from my cap. So it's kind of a toss-up who should get it. But I would rather have this one because it's on the road network. And both are worth pretty much the same in terms of income. So to me, this is a reasonable trade. And so that's what I suggest. Now I'm giving him time to get his sacreds out of there. So this is unfortunate. The bump obviously is unfortunate, but what's really unfortunate is somehow, well, it was a bit buggy, I guess, but somehow we didn't have, like, somehow we actually lost these guys, even though the replay that we saw, we didn't lose the guys. And that's bad because I was counting on having all those troops in order to move in to take these indies next turn, but we don't have them. So we're going to be delayed yet again before we can finally move out and clear the rest of our cap circle. Also, this is bad because I was hoping to continue here, right? And cross the river to the south. So we're basically cut off here down south. But that's life. What can you do? So we are just continuing to recruit our knights. We have 4 now. Next turn we'll have 7, and hopefully those 7 combined with these 5 will be enough to take on the Pegasus Riders. Meanwhile, I have recruited a crone. So these are not... you don't need to recruit a lot of these for mages, but I would recommend that you get a few so that you get one that is... well, it depends who you're playing against. Getting one that is nature 4 is good because then you can do like Mother Oak with that, right? Basically, you just forge a Thistle Mace and you can cast Mother Oak, unless your Pretender has high nature. But if it doesn't, that's okay. And then getting one that has Air 3 is nice because that will be important for forging items in this mod, with the mod that we have in particular. Also, Air 3 is just going to be useful for, like, if you there are a few rituals that are going to need high air, but also if you need to, if you go for, like, evocation air spam, then you're going to want to do things like Storm, and Storm takes 4 air to cast, and with an Air 3 mage and 2 gems, you can do that. And you can't really do that. Now, again, we have communions and stuff like that, so it's not the end of the world. But having Air 3 is nice. So I kind of like to recruit a few of these until I get an Air 3, and maybe if I get a Nature 4, and then we don't need more Crones. All right, that is a good place to stop for now. We have 2 temples up and making monks. We are starting to send our monks out to scout to see what's going on around here. We're accumulating some gold for that we're going to put into infrastructure. I think what I'm doing here also is, yes, I'm moving a mage here to build a lab so that I can start recruiting mages as soon as this fort is done. And that's why I'm not, like, spending all my gold, because next turn I want to build a lab. And that's it. We are no mercs to hire, and that is it for this turn. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care.